I watch Hello Okanagan from Lake Country.
Do you guys have your Hello Okanagan hoodies yet?
And sweatshirts. Also, we've got some t-shirts. Head over to hellookanagan.com for all the details. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Hello Okanagan. This seems to be a trend. Anytime I go up into the depths of the mountain in the cold, my co-host Peter is not here with me, so he just leaves me out here. But we've got a very cool episode. Stay tuned. We're off-roading in Lake Country and Oyama today, so stay tuned for all the good stuff. All right, so we're here with two fine gentlemen here. We got Andrew to my left and Mike to my right, and they're with their rigs. We got Mike in the red Jeep and Andrew here in the Tacoma?
Silver Tacoma, yeah.
Silver Tacoma, yeah, okay, perfect. I got it right. I know my cars a little bit, right? Awesome, so Andrew, why don't we start with you? Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got into the off-roading life and how long you've been doing it for?
Well, I've been off-roading a little bit off and on through my whole life. Nothing serious until I met this guy, Mike. I ended up buying a tent off of him back, 3 years ago, almost 4 years ago now, and ever since then we've been kind of connected and went out on just adventuring the off-roads, trying to explore a bit more, and kind of got serious about 3 years ago, yeah.
Awesome, awesome. And Mike, yourself, how long have you been doing it for?
Long time, since the 90s. First truck was a Nissan, not a Toyota, Nissan hardbody. So I've been doing it off and on for quite a while. I've had a Jeep for the last 7 years. I had one before this, and they're definitely gets us out in the back roads often, exploring and looking for camp.
Sweet, man. And you did mention there's also a Jeep group here, right?
There is. There's within the Okanagan, it's called Jeep Okanagan Club.
Yep.
It's big Facebook presence and Instagram presence. They're pretty much, we could bump into them out here today.
Sweet.
There's always somebody out doing runs every day of the week pretty much, and they're a great group of people.
Awesome, awesome guys. Well, why don't we head into it a little bit more and we'll be back for some more interviews.
Yeah, sounds good. So right now we're airing down our tires to about 15 psi so we get more traction on the road and just makes it a little smoother on the bumps. So in order to do that, we kind of set up this little device, basically removes the valve stem, and then you can just air it down really quick. So yeah.
So it makes your tire lowers down in the pressure, and it actually makes a wider surface contact area. So when you're going over rocks or snow, it just gives you just a little bit more grip because you got more surface area touching. Basically, I connect all 4 tires and deflate them all at the same time. So it takes longer to set up, but and then when I go to inflate, I can inflate them all at the same time, and it keeps the pressure the same in all the tires because it basically equalizes it all.
Let's go check with Andrew. I think he's on tire number 2. Andrew's got to do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, a little more hands-on, a little colder on the hands, but they still achieves the same timeline. Just this is a lot easier. So do I.
Should we get the shovels out? Okanagan's all about hard labor.
So David, what's going on here?
Dude, we're stuck again.
Did you break a mirror recently?
What was that?
Did you break a mirror recently?
A mirror?
Yeah, 7 years bad luck.
Oh, apparently. That one went right over my head. All right, we feel better about that? Got my workout for the day, Mitchell. All right, so Andrew, why don't you tell us one of the craziest stories that you've had with your off-roading experience so far?
Well, this summer we went on a trip up to Bellacoola from Harrison Lake, and it was a series of different trails and different passes we were going to take. It was all mountain passes and gravel road for the most part. And we decided to take a little offshoot to Poison Mountain, and we didn't really know what the conditions were like, but we knew it was probably a little hairy. It was a situation where we started going down into a ravine and through a couple of little lake areas, and it was to the point where it was kind of the point of no return. You couldn't turn back because of how steep we were going down into something. So we decided to continue along and go towards Poison Mountain, and there was a switchback, and I think it was an ATV trail more than anything. And we ended up switching back around, and I was in the lead, and I came around the corner, and it was basically a V groove, and you're riding the top edge on both sides, and there's about a 200-foot cliff on the one side. And I came around the corner, and when I came around the corner, I took it at a bit of the wrong angle, and my front end went up, and my passenger side tire was up about 2-3 feet in the air, and my back tire was up about on my driver's side was up about 2 feet in the air. So I was riding on two wheels, and so we had to stop everything. My wife was a bit panicky. She got out. Mike and a couple other friends of ours helped kind of guide me through it, because it really felt like I was going to tip over. Yeah, it was kind of neat, and we ended up getting out of it. We rolled out of it and continued on. But once we got to the top where it was, we didn't really know what else to expect. We decided to take a different route because it was pretty hairy to start with. So, and yeah, it was a tough trail, but it was fun.
Damn, you guys get all the fun stuff out here, eh? A little on the edge of safety and comfort there, right?
Yeah, the big thing is you just got to make sure you're not going beyond your means of comfort, right?
Yeah.
Don't put yourself at risk. Don't put your people with you at risk, or your vehicle. These are our daily drivers. We want to get out there and enjoy the trips and not put ourselves at risk to cause damage or injury.
Great point. Awesome. Thank you. All right, Mike, same question to you. What is one of the craziest stories you've got from your off-roading experience so far?
Well, I'll use one that my wife was quite mad at me. I was heading down to Vancouver for work, and I had lots of extra time, so I decided to head up a side road on the way through Kamloops, and Duck Range Road, explored it, had tons of fun, and then decided this last minute before I hit back to the highway to head up this little road that looked fine, and it was like a running creek underneath it, and I sucked into mud up to the running boards, and couldn't get out, so nobody coming by, so I had to call a tow truck. The tow truck got there, he couldn't get up the hill. So he pulls out his winch line, won't reach, so then he's got to get back and go back into Kamloops, pick up an extender so that he can pull me out. And it worked about 3 hours later, and about $500 later for the tow truck. I was just going to say, that must have been an expensive tow experience. For sure, and that's why when I got my new Jeep, the first purchase was a winch, so that I can try and get myself out of those situations on my own. But yeah, that one's craziest and most expensive.
Hello Okanagan, I'm Elizabeth Flowers, and here is your Okanagan update. Strides to End Homelessness will be taking place on Saturday, February 27th. Join the Gospel Mission in their 10th annual fun, family-friendly fundraising 2 to 10K walk or run. This is Kelowna Gospel Mission's biggest fundraising event of the year, and your help is needed now more than ever. All the funds raised will go towards life-saving services such as emergency shelters, food, basic necessities, transitional housing, and recovery programs. There will not be a large group walk this year because of COVID, so they are practicing safety measures and encouraging you to do your walk within your core bubble. Visit the Castanets event page for more information about this very important event. The first annual Lobster Crawl Through fundraiser is taking place on Saturday, February 27th. Join the Rotary Club of Lake Country from 5 p.m. until 7 p.m. at the George Eliot Secondary School parking lot. Your lobster dinner will include a fresh Nova Scotian lobster, potato salad, dinner roll, slice of apple pie, a festive beverage, and a gift. There's limited tickets available for this event, so make sure that you pre-order early. Visit Castanet's event page for more information. And speaking of food, don't forget that Dine Around the Okanagan is still taking place until March 7th. Visit dinearound.ca for more information. That's all for this week's Okanagan Update, and now we'll go back to the episode.
All right, so tell us a little bit about some of the equipment, lights you got on your Tacoma here.
Yeah, so obviously lights are quite important. So we went with we got a vivid lumen set up on our truck. So we've got some ditch lights that are ambers here, really good for at nighttime in the ditch, and then also with the snow that we get obviously right now. They kind of burn right through the snow, so it helps with visibility. The light bar we got up here, it's a 43-inch single row light bar that helps with the visibility as well. It's kind of like daylight at nighttime, which is kind of nice. So that's our lighting, and we got a couple pod lights down here. I've got a bumper coming, which we're going to mount some more lighting on as well. So that's our lights, but we've got suspension we got put on the truck as well. We basically bought the truck and we put the suspension on right away. A little easier to put the suspension on with clean parts and not having to bang through all the rust and the dirt. So we put a lift kit in. It's Old Man Emu BP51 3-inch lift kit. Helps us get to where we wouldn't go on stock, although the Tacoma is quite capable, unlike today. We have I put a deck system in the back, so we got a sliding drawer system for just extra storage. We can do an outdoor kitchen and we're outdoor camping, stuff like that. And then one of the big things I really liked about the truck is we put an onboard air system on. So if we can air down before we go off-roading, and then before we hit the pavement, we can plug in and just air up all of our tires to keep us get us back up to 40-35 psi.
Yeah. Awesome, very cool.
So like Andrew, all my lighting on the vehicle is from Vivid Lumen, which is great. It's a Kelowna company, so it's nice to work with someone local. We've got ambers here, nice daytime running lights on them, ambers on the ditch, for ditch lights lighting up the sides of the trails, and then I've got the 43-inch light bar up top as well. So this is the Warn Xeon 10S. This is the stock bumper, which I ordered specifically because it fits the winch. This is from a local Vancouver company. It allows you to flip your license plate up, and basically I've got a remote that's connected here, and then I can pull the winch line out like you saw earlier, and it's, you can stand up to 50 feet away with this and pull in, up to 10,000 pounds. You want to anchor, sometimes in this kind of weather you might anchor your tow vehicle, winch vehicle to a tree so that it doesn't start sliding. Because you don't have sure footing. But yeah, we've used it a few times this year. First 2 years I never used it, and we never got stuck, but this year we've used it a few times now. For lift kit, as soon as I got it, I did a 2-inch Mopar lift, which is the Fox 2.0 shocks. Lifted it about 3 inches and allowed me to put 35-inch Falcon Wild Peak tires on it. Got some little bit heavier duty, if that's a word, steps there for for hitting any rocks. And I actually had those Line-X locally in Vernon last May, I guess it was, and they've been fantastic. They've held up really well. And then up top I've got a Rhino Rack Pioneer platform, which is perfect because I put my rooftop tent up there. Today I've got extra fuel and shovel up there, but we load that up Not too much because you don't want to get tippy, but it definitely expands the carrying capacity for sure.
All right, so guys, we've got obviously different levels of off-roading when you get out here. You're more casual and you're more extreme, guys. Where do you guys rank yourselves, and what kind of levels do you see usually around here?
Well, I think are pretty mild. There's definitely, just like you said, there's extreme versions of it. So there's guys that have their own rigs and they're specific for off-roading, which they can get into a lot of gnarlier places than we would. These are our daily drivers, so we like to take care of them, make sure that we're not beating them up too much. But the goal of us is to get out, enjoy the wilderness, explore a little bit, and find new places to go and for sightseeing or new places to camp, right? And yeah, that's about it.
Awesome.
Yeah, and for me, it's pretty much the same because we do most of it together. The Okanagan, within 10 or 15 minutes, it's very easy to get off-road. So there's so much around us, lakes, camp spots that we can get to. And for me, it's really about, we've started to get the family out exploring and getting out of the house, especially during COVID. It's a great way to get out of the house on a weekend and get out and explore safely.
Awesome. Yeah, as opposed to like one of the big cities where it might take a long time for you guys to get out there. You've said it best. I mean, Okanagan's great for a lot of things, especially being able to just get up a mountain in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for taking us out. This has been an absolute blast and definitely a really cool experience. Unfortunately, there's not a lot we can do with the snow, but we'd love to do another segment, and we'll definitely have these guys on again with another, hopefully some more guys and a bigger crew in the spring and summer, where we can maybe get into a little bit of new places, different places, and not worry so much about the snow.
Go play in the mud.
Go play in the mud. I like it. So why don't you plug your social there, Andrew, so people can find you?
Yeah, it's Scaia Offroad, it's Scaia_Offroad on Instagram. So yeah, that's what our main platform is, Instagram. So
sweet, awesome. And then Mike, yours?
And mine is Okanagan Overlanding, would be YouTube, and then on Instagram it's OK_Overlanding.
Beautiful. Well, thank you guys so much, and thank you guys for watching Hello Okanagan. We'll see you next week. Thank you guys so much for watching the show. Hopefully you've subscribed by now, and also please leave a like on this video. It really helps us out with ratings so that we can obviously give you more episodes and more amazing content.
Did you tell them to subscribe?
Oh, you can do that right now, Peter.
Subscribe.
Please subscribe. It also helps us out, guys. Thank you.